I did not.
Oh my goodness. It is so great. I've never seen anything like it. It's so pretty, I don't want to eat it.
Afton was the one who discovered that Zabu, the tigress, was drowning a couple days ago, and so she's been showered with gifts by the people who love her. She got an edible arrangement, and today she got a cookie basket.
Do you see all the little cats on it?
Oh my gosh, they're so cute!
And they're so detailed. The lighting was really bad in there. But like this one has a fish bowl. There's a little fish in it. It's so sweet, but they're so cute. I don't want to eat them. And there's a little note and a balloon on it too. It was really nice, and I shared the fruit edible arrangement, but I'm not sure I'm sharing the cookie. They're just
Tell
so
everybody
pretty.
what's going on with Zabu today.
I actually just got done with her and Cameron. They're still separated, but she is, they're all taking their meds. All the cats that were sedated or had work done are all taking their meds and eating really good, which is fantastic. Something a little different in Zabu today. She was acting kind of spooked, kept looking over her shoulder and acting kind of spooked, and I don't know if it's because Cameron was over her shoulder before they got put out, but otherwise she's doing really well. I took a fresh picture of her to share with everybody.
And you said Cameron got to go out in the yard.
He is out in the open air, so he has access to half the roof section and the open air, so he was really happy for that.
Got his platform back.
And all the keepers are saying that now Zabu is my spirit animal.
Maybe in more ways than one.
Yeah.
'Cause she sure seemed to have come back from the dead.
Yeah. So that's funny.
Wow. And you are headed to...
Zeus and Joseph. They're the only two I have left. Otherwise, everybody so far has taken their meds, so I need to feed them and hope that maybe Joseph wants to scoot over one.
Yeah.
But Zeus scooted over one, so I didn't do it. Jamie did, but hey, we're halfway done. Now I got the hard part.
We'll follow you. We've had the tunnel up for 2 days now, waiting for Joseph to go on vacation. We can't leave it up overnight because he's got to come past Zeus, so we have to lock Zeus in the front part of his enclosure, and we don't want them to have a shared wall, even though they're both ancient. We still worry about them fussing with each other, so we've not been able to just leave it open. All these cars that you see are the volunteers here to do Wednesday night enrichment, all the cool stuff that gets handed out. Show us that bracelet, Karma.
I almost broke it already when I was taking care of the rehab Bobcat.
Oh no, did you get hung on something?
So, on my ghillie suit.
Oh.
But it survived.
That's the 7 chakra stone bracelet, one that I wear. You can see there. Well, it's in the middle now. If you go to bigcatrescue.org/chakra, you'll find it.
Yeah, it's crazy how a catnip label got put over that.
I know
This was sent to us as catnip.
What is it?
Well, we got the label off from on the top of this, and it's myrrh. You know, like frankincense and myrrh?
Yeah.
And it's a resin, tree resin that you like burn like at Christmas time.
Did Lauren taste it like she said she was going to?
No, she took it out.
I'll try it.
But Becky tasted it, and then Matt
think you're
tasted
supposed
it,
to
and
eat
then Matt
myrrh.
tasted it again.
Well, if it's like tree stuff, I thought maybe it'd be like syrupy.
Oh.
It's I don't even know what that tastes.
But yeah, they
it's not
totally
good.
mislabeled this.
Help
It's
us
supposed
Well,
out.
this
to be
weekend she approached me and
catnip
was
leaf
like,
and flower.
"Look at this catnip," and I like picked it out and like, it looks like rock candy. It doesn't
Right.
taste like rock candy. I just found out.
So
But
you think it came from the manufacturer that way?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out because it came from a donor, and it just
I like that
we don't
one.
even know the donor. It was just sitting on the counter in the East Center, and I was making sickles on Saturday, and the print is so tiny. I'm like, is this supposed to be for us? Like, what is this? So I went and I got my reading glasses, and I was like, catnip. It feels pretty crunchy to be catnip. And I opened it up, and I was like, Becky, does this look like catnip to you? And she goes, oh, it was like What did he eat it for?
I'm a picky eater, but I'm one to like taste things.
And
that
like, do you know what
shouldn't be
catnip
tasting.
tastes like that you can compare it?
But I was chatting with the company over the weekend, and they were like, "Can you send us pictures?" I was like, "Sure, on Wednesday I'll send you pictures." So now we know what
Trying to
it is.
get to the bottom
Maureen
of it.
peeled the label off.
I could see through it.
So there was a label
X-ray
on a
eyes.
label.
My
Yes.
eyes.
I can't see anything.
Yeah. I have to have good readers.
Yeah, that
I was
interesting
wondering, what
stuff.
are all those cups for? I guess those are sickle cups,
yeah.
eh?
We moved stuff from. We've already
Yeah,
moved
we're in
a
the
bunch
process
of, stuff,
of
Yeah.
cleaning
We got on
out
it right
the
away.
leopard trailer
Oh,
to go
wow.
into the cabin.
That's good.
Yeah.
And the sickle freezer is empty and clean and ready to be moved.
Yes. Baby steps, but
Yep.
pretty soon they're going to be like running steps once everything gets put into
Oh, I'm
place.
psyched. I can't wait. That's going to be really nice.
Maybe we can put that myrrh in the trailer when we set fire to it. And
It'll
good.
smell nice.
Burn it down.
We can bring it to my house. I have a fire pit.
It's expensive. Myrrh is expensive. You know,
They
like
gave it
the-
to baby Jesus.
Yes, frankincense and myrrh. The 3 wise men brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh. It's not anything to sneeze at. It probably costs more than a bag of catnip.
Is it
this
just
size.
how many bags was it? Just the one bag?
3. No, 3.
3 bags?
3
Wow.
bags.
I could have the best smelling bonfires ever.
Yeah.
Although the pine smells good to me when you burn it.
Yeah. Oh, this
It's a
stuff
sap.
smells
Yeah,
good
it's a
too.
sap. Yeah.
All right.
All right, mystery
Zeus and
solved.
Joseph.
Now we just have to get the real catnip
Wait.
that the donor intended.
He's over.
Yay!
Who's
we need
over?
to shut him over there. Joseph, right?
Oh, he's supposed to. Is he supposed to be going on vacation?
All baby steps, but he was in this section closest to the barn, and it looks like he ventured over there. So, oh gosh.
Hurry, run.
Yep. All right,
Hurry.
I gotta take care of that one.
He's even going to roar about it. Usually we keep an empty cage between him and Zeus.
I'm gonna make it seem like I worked really hard to get him over there. Although it's on camera evidence now. Like, Jamie, I did it. You followed me.
So what did you guys do with Zeus?
He's in the one closest to him because they want to put him in the lockout when he passes through. If and when he passes through tomorrow.
We're coming back out.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, nobody can get on the property because the tunnel is blocking the road.
You can make friends with our lion, but I don't think he's gonna like it. Say.
Because that always works.
He said, "Say what?"
I know.
You're right. You're right.
Howie asked me to, or he asked everybody actually, to get a picture of the Pilot Bank sign in front of Joseph. I guess getting him on Facebook Live is not quite that. I'm not coming anywhere closer. I'm not. So what she's doing is shutting the doors back there so that he can't get back to this other side. And we'll just keep moving him one section at a time as he decides that that's what he wants to do until we can get him out into vacation rotation out there.
Nothing bad's happening.
It's waiting for you.
Nothing bad. We're just gonna have dinner and panic here. That'd be the bad guy today. He wouldn't take it this morning.
Trodia, thank you very much for donating.
Let me finish up meds. I only have 2 packs left, and I'll come by. If you think you're all set, you guys can go ahead and clean up and help out with chores.
She didn't drown. Zabu was thrashing around in that pond over there. And we were afraid she was going to drown, but she didn't.
Hi, Theo. Be mad at me. Some of the panic here oozed out. It's gonna be hard hiding it now. Let's get your pills in first. Oh my goodness. Here, look. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Nervous.
Said he's going to taste it. Don't chew it, just swallow.
Ew, that was slaughter. Alright,
Bonjour, Claudia.
one panicure down, one to go. And he's got it on his chin. He hasn't even noticed. Alright.
Here's about all I learned from French class. S'il vous plaît, or répertoire, s'il vous plaît, tout le monde.
Are you okay with eating normal food now? Yeah, it's a good boy. So, I know this is weird, but remember when you smelled Zeus's mat and it smelled good?
Yeah?
He smells like that too. And so does Apache.
Wow.
But I can smell him just right here. And it smells like shampoo. I guess when you're a big cat, the older you get, the better you smell.
It's weird that we never noticed it before.
There's nothing in it, dude. Hey, I know. You're starting to notice I put icky stuff in there.
I don't trust you anymore.
Yep. But he got what I needed him to have. Red? No. Yeah.
Mary Lee, she pulled herself out. We took the truck in there. It was our plan to lasso her and pull her out, but by the time the truck got to her, she walked out on her own. Danielle, thank you for posting that link to our cages.
Hey.
What you see on the screen here is zoomed in so that you can see the cat. If I were to zoom out so that you could see the whole cage, you couldn't see the cat.
Oh, come on. You ate one more. Do it. Yay, good boy. Yay, good boy.
We created a page about what happened with Zabu at bigcatrescue.org / and then between each one of the next words I'm going to say, there's a dash. So Zabu, tiger, nearly drowns, I think is what the name of the page is.
Oh, come on, please.
Cam's ear is doing fine. We don't have the lab report back, though, to know if it's cancer that
No.
was what we
What about
biopsied
red?
that day.
With this one?
Christine, thank you very much for posting that link.
Try it. Try it. Try it.
Diane's right.
No,
He never wants to go on vacation, and he never wants to come back from vacation.
All right. Good job.
Oh, okay. I was like, in a trunk. In a trunk, yes.
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Hey. What is? Just try it.
Liz, it's good to see you guys as well.
All done. What about that piece by your foot? Can I? Oh. Can I
What
have
piece?
it? I'm like, can it be real quick? Okay, you can have it. I tried.
The reason she doesn't want to leave food in there is she knows he won't eat it, and it's just going to attract flies and bugs.
Did it?
Jarrah Williams, it depends. Today it looks like he's having some turkey breast, maybe.
Look at this. Okay, I give up.
They're asking what's in his food bucket.
He was preferring turkey breast. So that's what, quit growling at me. So that's what he took all his meds in. That seems to be what his diet of choice is these days. All right.
It's good to be live tonight. Yesterday was, I had to leave out of here too early, so it was before we had a chance to go around and do the evening meds, and yesterday was just crazy busy. We had a conference call that I had to be back at my house for, and very exciting stuff going on there that I can't tell you guys about, but when I can't tell you, you are going to love it. You're going to love it. It's just wonderful news. It was a very successful conference call. Tom voir Mickey. I'm guessing you're asking, are we going to see Mickey? Maybe. I'm gonna watch her feed Zeus, and then she's done with evening meds, so I have my truck tonight, which means I can stay a little bit later than usual. I don't have to beat the sun home on my bike. I know. Somebody doesn't like me being so close. So we'll walk around and see who we can see.
Oh, you're so cute. Hi. Good, good. Come over and make it easier.
Affinity Bobcat is doing okay. Still a little fussy about her eating, but that's normal when they get to be that old.
Over? Come here, Zeus. I'll make it easier.
I will try to get all the way around to Amanda. The problem is that Amanda is on the other side of the tunnel that's across the road there, which means I'd have to go all the way around the property and then come all the way back up here.
Good boy.
We'll see how the battery holds up.
You want to come see me? Come here. Long stick
Sorry
feeding
about
isn't
that,
very
Matthew.
fun. Now you come here. Look, we got friends. Probably hundreds of friends.
500
Come
friends.
on, good
508
boy.
friends calling you out, giving you lots of hearts and love. Here he
Come
comes.
here. Hi.
Oh, you're such a very good tiger.
I'm right here with the food, though. I know that has what he doesn't want in it.
He's so smart.
Hi. Hey, beep beep.
It's like, I'll be friendly, but I won't be cooperative.
No, he says I got the white stuff in my mouth. Maybe I should grab some tongs here. There's nothing good that you have white stuff all over your face. I'm sorry.
Hey, Vivica. Jay, thank you for posting Zeus's link. And Matthew did the same.
Oh,
He
man.
does have a sweet shop.
I'm getting the white stuff everywhere. Here.
This white stuff that she's talking about is Panicure. Every month the cats are dewormed with ivermectin, but then quarterly they get 3 days of Panicure. They hate it. But they eat things like lizards and rodents and birds, and those things have parasites.
Hey.
Walloon, he had a luxated lens, and for many years we were able to treat it with eye drops 2 and 3 times a day. But it got to the point where he wouldn't let us do that anymore.
All right.
And
He's
then
got
it
it all.
ruptured, so the vet had to remove his eye.
I'm sorry.
Good news is
I
he's
know
not
it's
feeling any
ugly.
pain anymore.
Oh, okay. Here. We'll get those pieces here. Let's give you some fresh stuff first. Get that icky taste out of your mouth. I think it's supposed to taste like cinnamon apples, but I'm not really sure they like that.
Cinnamon apple? Oh, because of
it's for
horses.
horses. There you go.
It's hard to chop with his mouth full.
Let's see. They're not stupid.
Mary Lee, I don't know why why Joseph is so grouching toward me.
Ready? Why won't you eat that? Now he's mad at me. Okay, I'll give you good stuff. I give you good stuff. Here. There's nothing on that.
advantage of my cat at home.
Oh,
And
good
man, does he
boy.
hate that stuff.
Go lay down. Good boy. No more, huh?
Paula, thank
Hey,
you
my
very
love.
much for the donation. Cynthia, they create his bucket with the amount of food that he's supposed to eat each day, and then they try to get him to eat it. So it's already been weighed before it came out here, and then they'll weigh it when it goes back to know how much he actually consumed. Laura, Joseph is currently locked over in the cage where he is. He does not have access to come past Zeus, because what we're going to have to do when we have everybody here, we don't have a full staff this late at night, but Zeus will need to go into his feeding lockout over there so that they don't have a shared wall when Joseph goes through the back of his cage back there, and then the back of that cage, and then to the next cage over, not this one, but the next den, you see, and then up to the front of that one, and then to the tunnel.
Right, you did it. Here, have some good pieces to wash your mouth out. Here. Those are Nicky. Those are good for you. There you go. Good boy. Okay,
Yes,
buddy.
Alice, this is Zeus, and Afton is feeding him his
All
evening
right.
meds.
That's it. You did it. Oh, he's so gone. Good boy.
Ate it all?
Yep, and all other cats got the panicure today.
No worms for you.
Day 3, Catherine's like, it's going to be harder because they're just tired of it. I'm like, oh, great.
Hey, Roselle.
Good job. That nice breeze. Oh. Oh, nice.
Turn the camera on.
I know that you're Jamie and her
I don't know if you guys heard her. Afton said he's angry at me because I'm Justin's mother-in-law. Katie, he does look pretty amazing, doesn't he? Alright, we'll hop on my cart and see who else we can go find. I apologize, but it's going to be a long ride with no cats. Today was our staff meeting. Every Wednesday, our entire staff, our local staff, gets together and we talk about what's going on in our different areas of work, find out if there's things that we can help each other with. And the big thing today was talking about planning for the Wildcat Walkabout coming up on November 4th. It's completely sold out. So I'm sorry, but if you didn't get your ticket, it's too late now. So there's lots of planning that goes into that, getting food trucks out here, the gift baskets for people to win through the raffles, all of the signage. And then we have several events coming up with the media where every year we know they want pumpkins at Halloween time, so they want lots of pictures and video of the cats playing with pumpkins. So we reached out through Katie to Steve Rosa, friend of the family who has been really wonderful donating pumpkins and watermelons. He owns a, I don't know what you call it, like a food import and retail business. There's like fruits and vegetables. Alright. It's like the third mosquito, so I'm going to try these mosquito bands that Deb sent to me. Just trying to figure out how to get them open. Sorry. Hang on a second. Just can't be slapping around like crazy. Opening these is not easy. The idea is the bag's so hard to open it builds up quite such a stench and sweat that the bugs don't want to be on you. So this is the rest of it. I will add it to my plant set. Beautiful. Love it. So she's arranging to see if we can get them either donated or a reduced rate. Since he's like a wholesaler at the farmer's market, he can get them a lot cheaper than we could get them if we went to Publix to buy them. So we're lining up the pumpkins, and in years past we've given the smaller cats gourds, but what we found is a lot of the cats eat them, and the gourds are much harder material, so we're a little worried about them passing them, even though they've not had a problem with that. So today we decided everybody gets pumpkins, so even the little cats will get pumpkins, because that won't hurt them if they eat it. This trench goes out to Nikita Lyon's camera, and the electrician's going to be laying the line for that, and the people from Explore are bringing out a infrared emitter. So it's a red light, which means it doesn't bother the cat, but we get to be able to see the cats at night. So you guys are going to be able to watch Nikita Lyon after dark. Lots and lots of stuff was going on today in moving into the new gift shop. We hope to have a grand opening of it next week. Or not a grand opening, but hi, Riza! Hi! An opening of the gift shop next week, Friday, I think. And then the grand opening will be the day of the Walkabout. That'll be cool. There's Miss Riza! Did you guys see? We posted it today on our Facebook page, facebook.com/BigCatRescue. Project Earth did a nice video about Riza. Hello, my sweetness. Thank you, Maria, for the donation. It was all about her being butchered, having her little paws butchered as a baby in order for people to make a pet out of her. And it still didn't make a pet out of you, did it? We're losing our light, aren't we? Mm-hmm. I can already see your eyes shining back at me. The tapetum lucidum. Are you being funny? Are you being silly? What are you playing with? What are you playing with? Belinda, I saw a wild bobcat once on the property. That's been a long time ago. You're right, it would have been the perfect video if Riza had had her talking part, just like Jamie and Justin and I all did. I thought you might roll over, you silly one. I thought you might. Holly, thank you very much for donating. Mary Lee, I have not been to Africa. And I've had a number of people offer to send me there because they know how much I love these cats, but I keep telling them that I don't want to go until we ban the private possession of these animals, because it's hard enough for me to see these cats in cages every day, but knowing that I haven't done that for them, I haven't been successful yet, as much as we have tried and tried and tried, and we'll continue to try until we do. It's still just, it would make me so sad to see how they live in the wild and then have to come back here and see these poor cats being kept in cages because it's not legal to release them, and they wouldn't have excuse me, the hunting skills they needed. Cats like Riza don't even have their claws, and over 20 of these guys are over the age of 20, so they're far past their ability to support themselves. This is Mickey Cougar. It's like, usually you come with somebody that has treats. There's no treats in sight. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who has been doing Facebook fundraisers. I think Luana has even created a page about how to do that at bigcatrescue.org, and I think it's Facebook-fundraisers or something like that. Somebody here will know the link to that. But that has been so awesome, because it's not only a way for generating the money for the pumpkins and the medicines and the food and the big cage spaces and all of the things that it takes to run a sanctuary. It costs us about $4 million a year to run the sanctuary. So those Facebook fundraisers that you guys do supply so much money, and I really, really appreciate that. But the side benefit is that it shows all of your friends that you're doing something for these animals, and I think that inspires them to want to do some good too, whether it be for animals or children or whatever it is that they want to do a fundraiser for. Thank you, Luana. It's bigcatrescue.org /Facebook-fundraiser, not ers, Facebook-fundraiser. And it just inspires more people and more people to do good. So I'm really stoked about that. Facebook is actually holding a conference, if you can call it that. It's kind of a meeting and a get-together afterwards for people who are doing good in the world. And we were invited to that. It's a one-day event, and that's going to be in the end of November, so I'll be going to New York for that. But I just felt so honored that Facebook would recognize what we're doing for the cats, and my guess is that they are going to be rolling out new ways that we can help fund our causes. So you guys know I always want to be on the leading edge of anything that might help the cats out there. Kylie, thank you very much for donating. Yeah, we absolutely work with other sanctuaries. In fact, what got me thinking about the Facebook fundraisers is the fact that there was just recently a sanctuary conference, and at that conference, the topic that I was asked to speak on was fundraising, because thanks to all of you guys, we are able to supply our cats with the very best in food and medicine and vet care and housing, and the best volunteers and interns, because we can pick from the cream of the crop. Hello!
Hello, Facebookians!
I can always count on Elisa to be clowning around. And I think the name of the young lady beside Elisa is Elise. So that's going to be confusing when they make a radio call for them. She's here from Sweden. Beautiful sunset again. Cindy just did a really cute watercolor of Cyrus and Chaos, and she just captured Cyrus's impish little look, the way he always looks at you, and Chaos's glamour side. It's really perfect. Hey, Armani. Bobcats! Let's see Bobcats first. Are you guys having fun on Funcation? Oh yeah. It's the best. This is Max and Mary Ann. Funcation is 22,000 square feet, and the little cats get their turns in Funcation. Max and Mary Ann love Funcation. Some of the cats get kind of nervous because they don't know about having so much space, but these guys, they're all about it. I don't know if you guys heard the story. I missed it. I missed filming it. But apparently Mary Ann was up on top of one of those platforms back there, and a hawk. What happens with these hawks and birds of prey is they'll see something on the ground, a mouse or a lizard or something that they want to catch, and they dive. So when a bird's diving, they like tuck their wings in and they make themselves like a bullet so that they can dive down really fast and catch their prey before the prey ever sees what happens. And they can go right through the roof, which is the same kind of wire, when they're in that shape. But once they get in there and they try to fly out, they can't fly back through the wire. And they just seem to not be able to figure out that they can just sit on the wire and then push on through. So anyway, Mary Ann was up on top of that platform back there, and a hawk came flying into the cage. She leaped off of the top of the cage or off the top of the platform and grabbed the hawk, but Max took it away from her. And then he wasn't sure what to do with it, so he had it pinned on its back with its wings spread out, and everybody thought that the poor hawk was a goner. But somebody saw it and alerted Afton. Afton called Jamie. They had to lure the cats away, which was no easy feat. And then you guys are so funny. And then they had to rescue the hawk. And turned out the hawk didn't have any punctures, no bleeding or anything, and so they were able to release the hawk. So everybody came out of that okay. None of the cats lost an eye. The hawk didn't lose his life. Might have taken a year or so off of it. You guys are so precious. I'd love to step up to the wire so that I don't have wire in front of me. But I know what they're going to do. If I do that, they're going to come right over here. Because then they're like, hey, what you got? Yeah, they are playful. They're some of our younger cats. And they're fixed. Even though she's being very flirtatious here, they've both been fixed. And the reason is we do not think that cats should be bred for life in cages. It's just cruel. Is he gonna get her tail? I'm gonna get that tail. That's the cutest little tail. I can't see you if you go under there. Alright. Back to Armani. Hey, Armani. Can you see her up on top of her platform? It's getting kind of dark. This is my good girl. You're my good girl. I love that, Armani. Yes, I do. Don't you come leaping off of there. Crazy leopard. Crazy, crazy leopard. Leopards can leap about 20 feet. They're amazing. I hear you, Riza. you go to bigcatrescue.org/Jade, it will have the details of her passing. Hello, Hoover. I think all you're going to see is a silhouette of Hoover. I don't have anybody with food. You licking your lips? Yeah? Did you have your dinner already? I had a person who is a wildlife artist, really nice wildlife artist. I believe he's from India. And he, I don't know. I was going to say, he offered to do a painting for us. But I think all of his paintings are tigers, so I don't know if he meant that he was going to do a tiger painting for us or if he could do any kind of a cat. But he asked me to pick a photo, and he would paint it from the photo and then give 20% of whatever he sells it for to Big Cat Rescue. And I've seen this work before. I think he could probably sell it for a good deal of money. But I don't know which picture to send. So if anybody has any suggestions, maybe you can let Lawana know who your favorite cat would be. Who is that back there? Is that my Priya? There's Priya, way, way back there. All you see are ear spots on her ear. She's in her den. She's doing quite well. She had dental work done this past week, as did Gabrielle. Gabrielle has 2 cages over here. There she is. There's that sleepy Gabrielle. I see someone donated privately. Thank you very much for that. There's Gabrielle. I was complaining that we don't have very many good pictures of Gabrielle. And I was told that the reason is she's always in that pose, laying on her side, face in the dirt. That's the typical Gabrielle pose. They're all eating well, taking their meds like they should. I hadn't even thought about sending him a photo of a cat that's already passed, but you're right, Sharaka is a really spectacular looking cat. I wonder what they're doing with Kali. That's what Kali says. What you guys doing? Where you going? I'm gonna chase you. Shauna, thank you very much for donating. Alex always had such a expressive face. He just always looked like he was so surprised. What they're doing is putting the boards back in between. So we have you can see the fence that we put between Zabu and Cameron and Kali. She's chasing Captain. And then in the little space where the guillotine door is, we put in boards. Kimberly, thank you very much for donating. Yeah, Flavia. I think Flavia was our oldest tiger ever, so that would have been a nice one. And of course, Cameron's in on it. Are you bothering them? Are you bothering Kali? I can't bother Zabu. I'll go bother somebody else. Fabio came from the circus, and they always said he was the smartest cat that they ever had. He did an act that required that he hop from one thing to another based on a sequence of lights, and his entire thing was light-based. So everybody says that, well, not everybody, But a lot of people say cats can't see color, and yet he seemed to respond to the different colored lights. Man, is that going to be a beautiful sunset. Is that our Amanda? Is it Amanda? Is it Amanda in the den? I don't know if I can get you guys a close enough view of her here. Oh, sleepy biscuits. Somebody's so sleepy. Where's Zabu? She must be in one of those dens, because she's not out where I can see her. But she's doing fine. I'd like to take a minute to talk to people who are new on this feed. Those of you who know us well, I'm sorry for boring you with this, but anytime there is an incident at the sanctuary, like with Zabu nearly drowning, the people who are threatened by the fact that we are working so hard to end the abusive things that they do to cats, such as breeding them for life in prison and then pimping out their cubs, those people just hate us, and they will twist anything they can to try and make people not listen to our message. They can't persuade the public with their message because it's too easy now with the internet. Anybody can go online and see that none of these cubs are being bred for any kind of conservation. None of them are purebred. None of them will ever go back to the wild. None of these cubs that are being bred and used as pay-to-play props are ever going to go free. They're never even going to go to a nice facility. They're going to end up in breeding camps and in horrible situations. And so, since they can't make any kind of a argument that supports their industry, which is based entirely on them using the animals for their own private gain, they attack us, and they attack us with the most nonsensical things that anybody could imagine. But if you didn't know any better, and if you took some of the things that they say or show out of context, then it would be possible for you to be misled. And so I know Luana has been, and this happens every single time a cat dies, every time there's an emergency like with Zabu, even though that emergency, I posted it online. I didn't have to do that. I shared all of that because I was so proud of the way our people just leapt into action and saved the cat's life. And yet the people who hate us would try to use that to discredit us. And so every time something like that happens, we get this flurry of people posting one-star reviews, even though they've never been here, because every time somebody posts a review, I always look them up and see if they've ever been here. Of course, almost never have. So they do that to try and hurt our ratings so that people won't come here. And they post a lot of hateful comments on our site, and they try to engage our supporters and say mean things to them. And a lot of times they will ask questions because they come in all hot and bothered and accusatory, but at least they ask questions. And Luana has to take a lot of her time every day in answering those questions and being patient with the new people and letting them know that we're totally transparent. We're going to answer your questions if there's any way we possibly can. and we're going to be honest and open, and you're going to find all of that information is already on our website. It's easy to discover it on your own. But the people I'm talking to right now, and what she said is that, every time this happens, she has a lot of extra work because of people coming in thinking that we're something horrible, and then they find out the truth, and they find out that none of these cubs can ever be free or ever serve any kind of conservation value. And then the people start to come around, and those become some of the most vocal supporters, because those are passionate people that act out that way sometimes. And so it's good. It's always worth the time that we put into it. But it made me wonder, how many people see stuff posted against us, come to our website. They might happen onto a live feed like this for the first time ever, but they're afraid to ask. They don't know for sure what's going on, and it's hard to make a decision in a few seconds, with any kind of validity without really doing some research. So what I want to say is, if you've got questions, please do ask them. One of the things that we do through Messenger on our Facebook.com/BigCatRescue page, if you join us on Messenger there's a lot of things where if you ask about it, you can get an answer back immediately, so that it has links to the websites and videos and things that'll explain the most common things that people ask about. But if there's something you wonder, don't be afraid. Ask. We're happy to answer your questions. And every day we do an update at bigcatrescue.org. So if you go to bigcatrescue.org, you'll find a daily update at the bottom of the page. And down at the bottom of each one of those pages, you'll find some of our supporters who will be posting their comments about things that happened that day. But they're always happy to answer you. And I try to remind everybody to be nice, even if you're not being nice to us. We're going to try and be nice to you. And once you see that we're good people here doing good things, then I know you'll become part of our tribe, and you will be speaking out to protect these cats. So it's worth our effort to do that. So I just wanted to say that to the new people out there. I was hoping that I would get both Andy and Seth down here by the water, but I don't see Seth. I asked Jamie to put Andy's other camera back up. Andy and Seth have a camera down here at the lake, and I asked Afton and Catherine today to put it on a regular cleaning schedule because it faces into the swamp and it's close to the road here, so it gets a lot of dust on it. And the spiders, for some reason, think that's the best place in the world to build a spider web, right there over that camera. So anyway, they're going to put it on a regular cleaning schedule so that it stays a little bit cleaner. At the other end of Seth's cage, he had a little Nest Cam that during, I don't know if it was during the hurricane or when, we pulled the camera and apparently it never went back out. So I asked Jamie today if she would set that back up. I don't know if she ever got a chance to do it because she's working on the Big Cat Times. Can you hear Cameron roaring across the lake? That was nice. Nice end of the day. A beautiful sunset. Roaring. Sound of planes. Cars in the background. Oh, that is glorious. It just gets prettier and prettier the more I walk back. All right, one last chance for any questions here, and then I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for all the hearts and loves and shares. Thank you for all of the links that you guys have posted. And for all of our longtime listeners and viewers, thank you so much for being kind to the new people and making them feel welcome here. I really appreciate that. It does look like mountains, doesn't it? Good night, Crystal. Cameron actually loves planes. You're welcome, Cynthia. You're welcome, Susan. You're welcome, Deb. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for all the great artwork that you've been donating. I just wanted you to know, all of you who have donated artwork, we have started putting those t-shirts up for sale on Amazon, using them as a printer to see if maybe they have a little bit better quality than the ones sold through our store. And that's generating about $350 a week. So that's really easy for us to just upload the images once and then have Amazon print the shirts and deliver the shirts and just send the cats the money. I love that. I like these flowers that you guys are popping up here. I don't know how that works. Thank you, Natalie. Merci, Trodia. Good night, everyone.